Hey folks, and welcome to yet another episode of Two Option Tuesdays, where we intentionally point out things you may be doing wrong about your health and wellness, but we always give you a couple options to try to make things just a little bit better. You know, they say the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over with the expectation of a different result. Today's topic can be quite reflective of that statement, if it is not done properly. However, millions upon millions of people do it every single day. Before I disclose what this mystery topic is, I first have to say I've done it and I found it to be beneficial. I am an advocate for it, but I do not recommend it to be done long term, and I do not recommend it to be done as your sole source to alleviate your symptoms. I recommend it as a complementary service to services that I already provide, either as an occupational therapist or as a personal trainer. Today I want to talk to you about the master manipulators, known as chiropractors. Chiropractic care, by definition, is a system of complementary medicine based on manipulative treatment and diagnosis of misalignment of the joints, especially those of the spinal column. The word I want you to remember here is complementary. Complementary simply means in combination of something else. Unfortunately, some people rely solely on chiropractic care as a means for pain management. Unfortunately, they fall victim to the repetitive cycle of hoping for a different result, only to end up back on the table a couple of weeks later, if not just days later. Understanding the system of complementary services is one of the most important things one can do in order to establish balance and safeguard your wallet. So let's start with the basics. All right, so our body consists of hundreds of bones and joints all held together by connective tissue such as ligaments, tendons, and muscles. We all know this. Unfortunately, many people experience a misalignment of the joints and require some type of external force to help guide them back into place. Oftentimes, this is completed by a chiropractor who, through years of study and experience, are able to manually force them back into alignment. Perfect. That's exactly what we want. For so many, it is immediate gratification and release of some painful symptoms. Again, perfect. Exactly what we want. Alleviating your symptoms through manual manipulation has, in fact, proven to be relatively safe and, in fact, quite effective for many people. So why do joints become misaligned? Let's start there. Why do you continue to have lower back pain, neck pain, headaches, and joint stiffness within days of being manually manipulated by your chiropractor? Well, it's this. It's because you are likely not being prescribed the other complementary services that will make your pain-free efforts long-lasting and more permanent. One of the main causes for misalignment of the joints is muscle imbalance. Muscle imbalances causes instability. Instability causes pain and nerve impingement. Unfortunately, this results in you becoming more and more debilitated. You can also become misaligned due to poor ergonomics, poor posture, and body mechanics. How many of you have desk workstations and experience stiff necks, lumbar pain, possibly chronic headaches? Maybe it's the actual design of your workstation. A great area to get an occupational therapist involved is to help you assess your workstation. Or are you by chance a manual laborer and experience back pain, sciatica, knee and hip issues? Ask an OT or a PT to help out in those areas to assess lifting mechanics and educate you on keeping your joints safe. For developing sound muscle balance, I recommend a highly trained personal trainer that specializes in mobility and strength training. These are the complementary services to chiropractic care. Period. These are the ones that I'm talking about. A good chiropractor, in my clinical opinion, is one who will recommend additional strengthening and mobility strategies to help stabilize the joint once they have manipulated it back into proper alignment. They may prescribe you different exercises, but they typically don't observe you in your natural environment like an occupational therapist or a physical therapist will. They also typically do not observe you and your lifting mechanics the way that a personal trainer will. Occupational therapists, physical therapists, and personal trainers are very, very well versed in strengthening muscles and finding balance to correct posture and prevent reoccurring symptoms. If you have fallen, unfortunately, into the manipulation trap of going to your chiropractor for months and months without permanent relief of your pain, then stop. Simply stop. As I said, a good chiropractor will refer you or collaborate with another clinician in order to complement the strategies to put you back on the path of sustained wellness. A real shitty chiropractor, unfortunately, they are out there, will take your money for their 15-minute treatment without hesitation, knowing that you have become his new cash cow. They will manipulate you in more than one way, never truly curing your condition, only giving you temporary relief. So here comes your options, folks. Ready? Here we go. Option number one, you continue being the cash cow for your chiropractor and only get temporary relief of your symptoms. Or you can choose option number two and advocate for additional services and referrals to help reestablish the muscular balance you need to decrease the likelihood of continued joint misalignment. Talk with an occupational therapist or a physical therapist about body mechanics and ergonomics, or hire a personal trainer to assess your lifting mechanics and have them develop an exercise program designed for muscle balance. If you go to a chiropractor, you need to do your homework. As they are assessing you and your symptoms, interview them to have a better understanding on their overall philosophy on complementary care to their services. If you find a chiropractor who states all you need is an adjustment, I suggest you pack your happy ass up and find someone else who takes more of an interdisciplinary approach to the way that they practice things. There are, in fact, many very good chiropractors out there, and I do recommend them on a regular basis for a more holistic approach to pain management. It is a way better option than taking a boatload of pharmaceuticals. However, I never recommend them as a sole entity to your health and wellness. There are risks, unfortunately, to having your joints manipulated, especially if it is being done regularly without permanent relief. So, you got to do your homework, but do not rely on them solely for your health and wellness needs. Plain and simple. Choice is yours.